everybody. He is gonna ruin Christmas.
It's the holiday season. And you know what that means. It is time for holly and jolly and gift giving and toys and shopping, and all of that is going to be more expensive under President Donald J. Trump. Our modern time Ebenezer Scrooge, a man so committed to enriching himself and his billionaire buddies that now millions of hardworking Americans are forced to scale back their Christmas and Hanukkah shopping due to these high costs because of Trump's moronic tariff policy. Donald Trump constantly claims that this is the greatest the American economy has ever been, and yet more and more people are waking up every single day to rising costs and financial hardship. And there is no time of year where this is more apparent than the holidays. Gift giving alone this year is estimated to be $28 billion more expensive for Americans than in years past. And that artificial Christmas tree in the living room, those are made overseas, so if you haven't already picked one up, expect a price increase. Trump is literally ruining Christmas for everyone. So if you want to hear about it, be sure to watch this video until the end, and do us here a favor. Leave a like on the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the Raw America channel. It's the best way to show your support. All right, let's dive in.
Hanukkah beginning tomorrow and Christmas less than 2 weeks away, affordability concerns are front and center when it comes to gift giving. Roughly half of Americans say it is harder than usual to afford the things they want to give. Add to that concern, credit card debt is near record levels.
And for many families, this splurge is feeling more like a stretch. 63% of people surveyed say the holiday prices, they are feeling higher than usual, and data again backing this idea.
Okay, cutting this down to brass tacks, things are just getting more expensive, plain and simple, and the product is no different or any better. People still want to shop, they still want to give their friends, family, and loved ones presents for the holidays. It's an integral part of the American experience, and it's just a nice thing to do. But now people have to dig deeper and deeper into their pockets to keep up, and many are deciding to cut back.
This looks to be the Christmas where inflation is the red-nosed reindeer that is leading shopping decisions among American consumers in a way we have not seen before. The CNBC All-America Economic Survey finds 41% of Americans plan to spend less this year, 42% saying they're spending about the same, 16% shelling out more, 16% that is. Respondents always say they're going to spend less, but the spend less, it's up 6 points this year, the most since 2022.
So what I'm getting here is that when inflation was at all-time highs after the COVID-19 pandemic recovery and the entire media ecosystem was torching Biden and the Democrats for these insane prices, we had similar data to what we have today in regards to Christmas shopping. But where is the conservative outrage? Where are the cries for Trump to be removed from office because he doesn't know how to lead? I'm not hearing any. And what's even more crazy is that these price increases are a direct consequence of Donald Trump's tariff policy and corporations engaging in shrinkflation and rising prices on goods for the exact same product. Corporate greed and the moronic policy of Donald Trump is killing Christmas.
Inflation as a factor in goods buying surged first in 2022 with the pandemic inflation. It leveled off last year, but then you can see the surge again happening again this year. Overall, 68% say gift prices are higher this year compared to last year, with a third saying much higher. And that's true of people who have already gone to the mall and did their shopping on the Black Friday weekend. So the affordability issue looks to be a significant part of what's driving the holiday shopping season and why we're saying inflation's the red-nosed reindeer this year.
But Trump says that this is the best economy ever, and the stock market is green, and everyone is saying that this is great for Americans. But here we all are, at the behest of Donald Trump and his cronies, struggling to purchase toys and gifts for the holidays because of inflation. 68% of people say that things are more expensive this year. Now, I think it's important to note that Christmas, for a long time, has always been a way for corporations to make money. Santa Claus wearing the color red was popularized in the West by a Coca-Cola ad campaign, of all things. Now, it's an urban legend that they invented the idea of him wearing red, but they definitely played a factor. It's an interesting story. Look it up after this video. But there always has been a balance, right? There always has to be a balance. The commercialized success of the holiday season and shopping and toys and gift giving and Black Friday, mixed with the joy and the love of the season that cannot be captured by a corporate campaign or a product to buy. Because squeezing consumers for all that they have is no way to spread Christmas cheer. There's like a whole book about it and 30 movies. And Donald Trump seems to blame everybody but himself for the rising cost of things.
The Democrats caused the affordability problem. Jerome, too late. He's too late with his interest rates for a reason. He's a bad guy. When Biden and congressional Democrats had power, they blew up our economy, sent prices soaring. Their entire agenda is about robbing working people to fund their far-left cronies and give lavish benefits to foreign migrants and illegal aliens. The Democrats created the worst crisis of inflation that this country has ever had.
Okay, dude. Yeah, sure. It's totally not the tariffs that have raised prices on practically all foreign goods, passing that increase onto the consumer, including steel prices double that of China's and a loss of nearly 60,000 manufacturing jobs since the start of these tariff policies. But no, it couldn't be that. It's Biden and the Democrats, right? That's whose fault it is. This guy is such a joke. I mean, he's the same guy who says that kids only need $1 or $2 this year, coming from the most extravagant man of all time.
Maybe the children will have $2 instead of $30, you know? And maybe the $2 will cost a couple of bucks more than they would normally.
Yeah, really successful strategy there, Donald. Masterful gambit, sir. Now, millions of Americans are scaling back their holiday shopping as the President of the United States is tearing apart the White House to put in an extravagant ballroom for the ultra-wealthy, gilding the Oval Office with tacky gold trims, and giving tax breaks to the richest people who have ever existed in the history of the world. A grotesque Grinch through and through, and I think people are seeing that more clearly, even his own base.
So, Tara, that new NBC News poll shows Trump is losing support from some of his most ardent supporters. Trump's strong approval rating among those who consider themselves MAGA Republicans is at 70%. It was 78% in April. And compared to earlier this year, fewer Republicans now report being part of the MAGA movement.
Now, that dip from 78 to 70 may seem small, but that is actually massive. Right? Trump has a cult-like following. We all know this. These people adore him and they listen to his every single word. And in less than a year, losing the strong support of 8% of those followers is huge, right? That translates to millions of people who are now questioning their strong allegiance to this guy. And I could point to a dozen different things that could make you question Trump at this point, but a lot of the time it comes down to the money in your pocket. And Trump has made it easier than ever to screw over the little guy. And him blaming it on Guatemalan abuelitas and Mexican workers has not worked because he violently deported thousands of people and the material conditions for working Americans has not changed. It's almost as if we need to be looking up at the people oppressing us and not looking side to side, causing all of these culture wars. That's exactly what they want us to do.
Trump is losing his grip on the MAGA movement as well as the Republican Party because his economic policies have been absolutely devastating to the entire country, including his own base. And that's why you see so many Republicans running for the hills. That's why you see so many retirements. That's why you see someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who was like the queen of MAGA, coming out very vocal against Donald Trump because he's betrayed his own voters on economic policy. He made all of these promises that he would make life better for them, but he's actually just conned them.
At the end of A Christmas Carol, Scrooge has a change of heart. He gives his wealth away and saves Tiny Tim. At the end of The Grinch, his heart grows 3 sizes and he becomes an adamant lover of Christmas and the Who's. But at the end of this chapter in American history, will Donald Trump change? My bet's on no. He is as greedy and corrupt as they come. And he will never change. He's got a heart of coal and the soul of someone smack dab in the middle of the naughty list. Trump is ruining Christmas. But one day, he will be gone. His impacts will still be felt, but we will rebuild, regrow, and can celebrate this wonderful time of year without that Scrooge on our televisions. But I think that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. If you like this video or want to see more like it, be sure to hit the like button down below. Comment your thoughts on Trump ruining the holidays, and do us a favor here. Subscribe to the Raw America channel. It really is the best way to show your support. All right, have a nice day.